Yo, what it do? This is your boy, True Poet. Welcome back to the Missing Conversation podcast where the conversation is missing. I got my family in here, my little cousin. This is my dogs right there. My man, Novah. Welcome to the podcast, brother.
Peace, cuz. Yeah,
Shout
you hear
out
me
to my
good?
homie True Poet,
Yeah, I hear you good.
and
I'm
you
just
know
playing
it.
some of my drops.
We just flowing. Keep it going. Yo, it's PDK the producer, and you are now listening to the Missing Conversation podcast.
Welcome, man. I got my family in the building. He's a part of the team, man, and decided to do a serious podcast on stuff we've been going through. Um, I'm a very private person, and I realized that maybe my story and my cousin's story can help someone out there. So we're gonna be a little bit vulnerable this episode. We're gonna tell a little bit of our story. Um, so let's get into it, man. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, man.
Yeah, peace everybody. My name is Novah. Born and raised in the Bronx, New York. Um, yeah, True is my cousin. And it's just as far as you saying vulnerable, there's a couple layers, we could go through. I don't know how far you want me to go back in time or just as of lately. But
I mean, let the people know a little bit of what happened to you recently that, kind of altered your life. And I'm going to let the people know what happened to me recently as well. So,
yeah, April 3rd I was shot and basically experienced, a life changing event where I've been in a wheelchair ever since. I'm looking forward to walking again. Every day is not the same. It's like somewhat adapting to my newfound circumstance, but just every day is not the same. Every now and then reality strikes, and it's like sit down and I'm filled with resentment because I feel like I did it to myself. But at the end of the day, I just hold on to my mental state, try to keep myself strong because no matter how much advice or moral support that I'm given, ultimately, I'm left to hold it down and, be in full control of my emotion, my mind state. So,
so do you feel like you get enough support?
um, yeah, definitely, like got a handful of people, you being one of them, check up on me from here and there. Sometimes we expect certain people to be there, but can't really expect people to live outside their nature. So beyond the outside support, I just try to be my best, my best vibe to keep myself up.
You know, it's a tough transition in going through what you're going through. So I really empathize with you. You know, I've went through a lot of traumatic experiences myself. Um, so a lot of times with people, I don't think people empathize enough for when a person is going through something or transitioning into something. because sometimes in life things can really alter and shift your life. You know what I'm saying, Nova?
True indeed, true indeed. And my perception of life is it's not what you go through, it's how you go through it, you know? Because people emote in different forms, you know. Some people, you know, you got kids that's killing themselves over Jordans and stuff like that because they can't get the new Jordans. You know, you got some people that lose their whole family, and you see them, you can't even tell because they holding it down. You know, so yeah, it's not what you go through; it's how you go through it. And as far as empathy, you know, yeah, like this, it's not common, you know, and it's either or either. It's either people don't know how to be, you know, or people are just too selfish, or you know, you'll get fake love that's not really genuine, but you know, you could feel the organic energies, you know, because you don't have to ask for it. You know, you don't really have to look for it. It's automatically there. You know, every time you turn around, you know, somebody checking on you, or you know, people give you a hand wholeheartedly. So it definitely does exist, although it's not that common today.
Very true, man. It's really not that common amongst people. And I had a few life altering shifting events as well with different things of betrayal of people thinking about people being with you in your time of the things that you go through. I recently got a injury um at my previous job about 2 years ago that kind of shifted my situation as well. There was plenty of days where I couldn't walk, I couldn't stand. I had to see a bunch of different specialists, had to see a whole bunch of doctors. And in the midst of that, I lost a lot of money and was going through a lot of different things. And what brought this podcast on was, last night, I'm not really much of a dude that sheds any tears, but last night, man, I woke up in tears, and I reached out to my cousin and I said, "Yo, we gotta lock in and do a episode on, our story." And he said he was down to do it. And it's tough. It's tough shifting. It's tough going through things, and then as men, we don't really have outlets, and a lot of times people don't care about what you're going through as a man. They just think that you just need to get over it, you know? So I decided to do this episode with speaking on our story, and maybe that, it can help someone, you know? So what you feel about the mental space of men out here? Do you think men get enough support when they going through different things?
Well, you know, not necessarily. You know, like you said, you know, like we're expected to be tough and not be in the capacity to emote. You know, um, and it's funny. You know, some people may say, you know, men aren't supposed to cry or boys are supposed to cry, whatever the case may be. But I feel like if that was the case, then why were we given these tear glands? Why was we given the capability to cry? You know, so I definitely feel like every now and then it's safe to let it out. You know, but we just have to be mature enough and know that we're supposed to emote from a healthy standpoint and just continue the journey because, in all actuality, despite the lack of support or the lack of empathy, one thing I grew to realize is no one's guaranteed to care. No one's guaranteed to feel bad for you. No one's guaranteed to give you any form of support. At the end of the day, even if people are there to comfort you or give you a helping hand, you know, um, we're still left, you know, we're still left to handle it at the end of the day. Even if they give moral support, it's left for us to take that frequency and implement it. So yeah, I say that to say this, that definitely do need more opportunities, for males to express, what's going on in life, because life is real. Life is really real. Struggle is there for everybody. Tribulation is there for everybody. And at the same time, there's joy, there's joyful times as well. We gotta embrace it all as it comes. Because it is basically a part of life, the ups and the downs. So I just say whatever it is, we gotta embrace it. We gotta embrace it and just add it to our testimony and continue the journey and recognize it's something we made it through.
Right, right. So on that night that the tragic event happened, um, can you go through it and let the people know what transpired that night and how you was feeling when it happened?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, the person that shot me was someone that I was cool with. Someone I shared a safe space with, um, or I should say, an environment. We shared an environment together, a musical environment, and that night things went left, and I was violated, and my reaction to the violation, you know, is what got me shot. You know, um, I left. I came back when I walked in the spot. As soon as I turned the corner, they heard me coming. As soon as I turned the corner, I was shot in the chest. And the moment I was shot in the chest, my legs failed me. I hit the ground, and they ran off. They left. After they left, I was left there laying down, trying to crawl to the front door or something to go outside to the sidewalk, so that somebody could possibly walk past and see me out there shot and call the ambulance. And but I couldn't make it. I was losing a lot of blood, and my legs were just dragging behind me, so heavy. So I just know that heard a lot of stories about people that got shot as simple as their leg and died because they bled out, because they were panicking and their heart beat caused them to lose a lot more blood. So I decided I was going to calm myself down, channel my breathing, and try to slow down my heart rate. But as I'm laying down, I'm just looking up in the ceiling, and I feel myself getting weak. Everything is just starting to scramble, and the only thing in my mind that's really, I'm like just, and I'm just surprised, like in my mind, like wow, like I'm really about to die. Like I really felt like I was about to die. You know, I actually passed out, and thank God, that I'm not gonna take nothing away from the people. It wasn't the exact person that shot me, but it was a couple dudes there before the situation went down, and one of them called the owner of the spot, told him what went down and how they had to leave. And I guess he must have asked where I was at. They told him I'm still in there, shot, and he told them to go get me and find my vehicle, take my vehicle, put me in my car, and take me to the hospital. So I was basically woken up by them picking me up, putting me in my back seat, and driving me to the hospital. So definitely gracious for that. But yeah, I wasn't really scared of dying. I was just more so disappointed that this is how I was gonna die, and so much things that I haven't done as yet. And, I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah, thank God, I was revived at the hospital. Woke up. Um, I was under a lot of medication, so I wasn't fully aware of what was going on. But I definitely remember when they cut me open, cut me under my arm, and put the tube in my chest. Um, I woke up with the big long tube down my throat. And when I opened my eyes, I see my brother there crying, looking at me, tears in his eyes, and my other cousin. But yeah, it's definitely been a journey, but I feel like I'm doing a damn good job. But like we say, every day ain't the same. Every now and then, just the whole process of me navigating like this, um, still takes a lot to get used to. Every now and then, I guess get a little down and feel like I threw it all away. But I just look forward to my recovery, because I'm definitely definitely looking forward to recovering. Definitely in the process. Definitely got my spirits high. I don't stay down too long when my emotions get there. I just allow myself to emote and get back to life.
Yeah, man. You know I'm rocking with you, man. You know you're a part of my team, and I'm gonna make sure you good, man. This is why I've been going so hard. I wanna make sure my family is all right. And you have my support fully, and that's why I kind of hound you and be, calling you, and be calling me back sometimes, and I text you. You know, I'm just trying to make sure you're all right. Because
Yeah, I
that's
definitely.
the.
Now I'm
Oh, go
saying,
ahead.
now I'm saying I definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you too, man, for supporting me in what I'm doing as well. Been a huge supporter. You're the one that got me on Clubhouse, and that's been going good. So I see the videos going climbing. I see following starting to climb. So you've been a huge help to what we got going on. And I feel like we should tell our story and allow people to see us in our true form of going through things, because a lot of men struggle out here and boys struggle out here, and there's really no type of foundational help for a situation like his. And my situation, I'm a single dad as well, and Is there's not really much help out there as far as mentally, as far as financially. You know, you gotta figure out things on your own, and we're like left to be at the wayside. You know, really, and it's sad. And you know, and I've been asking celebrities, athletes, you know, where's the foundational help? I have a couple of dudes that I know that's going through things right now that they gotten hurt, and you know they facing life altering events, and there's no type of support, no type of help. So I've been a huge advocate for this. And you know, once I went through what I went through last night and shed my tears, man, you know, I hit my cousin up, and I'm like, yo, we gotta do a episode telling our story, letting people in a little bit, you know. And you know, I appreciate you coming on the platform and telling people your story, and giving words of encouragement to people as well. You know, any more words of encouragement? Any more things you want to say?
Um, one thing I just want to say is, in life, one of the biggest disservices we can do is travel with expectations. No matter how good of a person you are, no matter how much you care and you help people, things of that nature. Um, you can't expect anything to be reciprocated. You can't even expect to be appreciated. Anything you do with a pure heart and let your joy be found in your deed. You just feel good that you just did a good deed. Don't expect for it to be reciprocated. Don't expect for it to be appreciated. Now I say that to say this, that we travel with expectations. We just open up the realm for disappointment. So it's not about expecting anything. It's just about traveling with understanding, and working toward understanding the people, places, and things that you encounter, you know, and respecting it and appreciating it for being what it is, and just expect it to be what it is. Don't expect it to be anything other than what it is. Once you expect it to be what it is, then it can't disappoint you. You will never be surprised. You'll never allow yourself to be surprised by it. Things of that nature. So travel with less expectation and more understanding. And
It's true words, man. And you know, him and I have been talking, you know, almost every day, and you know, I've been kind of overwhelmed with everything that I've been going through, and you know, as a man, you know, you really don't have any outlet. And to my brothers and whoever is out there going through it, uh, you know, we understand, man. And I'm doing my best to try to find out if there's any help out there. You know, the bigger I get, the more I can do. You know, I've lost so much money last year, man, and the year before, just going through different transitionings. And you know, I had family members tell me that, you know, everything's gonna come back to you, Jamal. Just stay positive. And but it's tough. It's tough when you see things at a rapid pace of you just losing everything, you know? It's painful, it's hurtful that when you see when you give somebody your love, or you give people your love, they betray you, they use you, they you know, they stomp all over you while you're down, you know? Um and it's hurtful. That's why I try to be an advocate of supporting people, of loving people, of caring about what another person is going through, because we're all human beings, man. all of us deserve love, man. So I appreciate Nova for supporting me, and we support each other. He's in a tough position, and I just try to be there to be to lift his spirits. And I was telling him, the bigger I get, man, everybody's gonna be okay, man. I'm gonna make sure you all right. I'm gonna make sure the family's all right, man. So you know, it's tough, man. So what you feel about do you think there needs to be more help out here for men and boys?
Yeah, I haven't done my due diligence, but I'm pretty sure that there should be, because it's just as much single fathers as there is single mothers. I don't want to say just as much, but just about as much. Maybe it's not as common, but it's definite. It's definitely a reality. Definitely exists, and struggle is real. So I do believe that there should be resources specifically for that form of scenario, that form of situation. Um,
What about struggles of when men are going through something, like how you went through something, or how I went through something? What about help when it pertaining to that? Why is there no help for people who's going through like life altering situations?
when you say help, what do you mean as far as mental health or like economics?
All of it, financial, mental help, all of it. Where's the help at for when people are actually going through things? I'm not talking about people that don't work or whatever. I mean, everyone deserves some help, man. I'm an advocate of helping people, homeless people, whatever. But I'm talking about a working man such as yourself and a couple of my friends that's actually going through stuff. Myself, I'm a hard worker. Where's the help at for when times like your situation and my situation where it's life altering, to where you got shot, or I got hurt at work, or another friend of mine got hurt at work, or a person is going through different transitions as far as divorce, of him losing some of his assets. Where is the help at for those men? And what about the boys that's suffering from different traumas, as far as living in certain environments? Where's the help at for these people? That's what I'm talking about.
I do believe that there's resources out there. Um, Me personally, I haven't done much research as far as those realms outside of my personal circumstance, and I have come.
Have you hold on, have you received any help from any type of resources of people helping you through this transition of you being paralyzed?
I came across a lot of organizations, but I don't know whether it's due to the pandemic or not. A lot of people aren't in their office anymore. They always hear like get a voicemail. Even sometimes when I leave the voicemail, um, I don't get much feedback. But,
So you haven't received any help. Excuse me.
besides disability, um, I haven't really received much help outside of that.
What about as far as your mental health? Have you received any help for that? Like, are there any groups that you can go to and maybe sit around
Yeah,
and
yeah. There's always opportunities to go get therapy. Mental therapy, And I actually did recently make an inquiry, and actually about to start talking to someone um next week.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, we're gonna start
That,
talking to somebody next week.
that's good, man.
Cause it's simple as it seems, and it's as tough as I portray myself to be. This is a definitely a real scenario. You know, it's life altering. And it takes a strong mind to actually proceed. On a daily basis, because it's more mental than it is physical. You know,
Right.
this scenario was definitely more mental than it is physical. Um, so it definitely does take a strong mind. And although I definitely get it done on a daily basis, at times I do feel like I need someone to speak to. Someone. Although I do have people like you that I speak to on a regular that give me words of encouragement, reassurance and stuff like that. Sometimes you just wanna have someone to sit down and talk to and just spill the beans, like let it all out. But me personally, I, I feel like it's selfish for me to just do that with my family. So everybody going through their situation. So although not that's just a personal opinion, they might not take it. You guys may not take it as me being selfish, but it's just the way I think. So I feel like why not go to someone that's actually getting paid to sit down and listen to everything I have to say. Yeah.
Well, I don't feel that way. I mean, if you going through it, man, I can't tell you how to feel. So, a lot of times when we talk, I just let you say how you feel, I try not to cut you off. I try to let you get everything out. I listen to you, and I just try to be your support system. Like I told you, anytime I make it big into whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna make sure you good. So, and I wanted you a part of the team and what we got going on. So I figured that will keep your mind busy, you know, because I mean that's what I've been doing. I've been going through it, but I've been keeping busy with doing videos, with doing podcasts, with dropping spoken word poetry, with just keeping myself busy, man. I've been going through a lot of pain and a lot of people just feel like I'm under attack by the devil. I seen as soon as I've been transitioning of getting closer to God, I just feel like people are just attacking me from all different angles, and I'm trying to just fight through it, and I've been praying. A lot of people that I thought was down with me, that loved me sincerely, I realized the love wasn't really real, you know. So now I gotta transition into being guarded now, and not allowing people to really get close to me. So how you feel about that though? Do you feel like some people have betrayed you, or what's your feeling on that? Or you don't have no feeling
Yeah,
about that?
I've definitely been betrayed countless times on this journey. And that's kind of where I developed the philosophy of not traveling with expectations, because the people that I expected to be there for me the most, you know, showed and proved that that wasn't the case. So even the night, you know, that I got shot, the action that made me react, you know, that within itself was very, you know, very heart wrenching, and that's why my reaction was so aggressive, and every cause has an effect. So
Did that night change your mentality totally? Did it shift you permanently? Did it shift your mindset and shift the way you thought about things?
I it definitely humbled me, because it was my emotions and my anger, that really led me into this scenario. I don't even feel like a victim. A lot of times when I reflect on it, I feel like I did it myself. It's almost like I squeezed the trigger myself. Sat myself down in a wheelchair. But as far as it changing me, it reaffirmed me I can't be a slave to my emotions. You know, and that someone that you look in the face and tell them you love them definitely has the capacity to point a gun in your chest and squeeze the trigger. You know, 'Cause that was exactly what happened. Somebody that I was used to chill with on a daily basis, was waiting for me around the corner. And the moment I came around the corner, he shot me in the chest. So it definitely makes me very wary and very cautious of people. Ever since then, I've just been faded to black, and I just limited myself to like true people that I already knew. I wasn't really not really in the mood to really grow and learn new people. Although my energy is a lot more sensitive, I could see a snake from a mile away. Just by the body language, the words that come out their mouth and things of that nature, even the frequency that they give off. But as of lately, I just been more like a hermit. I'm not even reaching too far outside of my circumference. And definitely was traumatized by it initially when it first happened. I just had kept having dreams, different dreams of people shooting me up. Just random situations, just walking down the street, somebody ride on a bike and bust a Yui, start shooting at me. So I was definitely traumatized from that, but I'm getting over it. I'm definitely getting over it. I can't complain.
So how you keep yourself upbeat? What are the things you do on a daily to keep your
I keep
spirit
my
up?
I keep myself active. In order to keep my spirit up, first and foremost, I just keep my eyes on the prize, and recognize that this is a temporary situation. Outside of that, in the meantime, originally my capital was construction. Um, I can't do that now at the moment, so I've just been doing research as far as how I can gain multiple streams of income in my current form. So just the opportunity to do that, just keeps me captivated. You know, to where I don't really too have to dwell on the present. Like I ain't say dwell on the present, but just take my mind off of the situation.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you, man. So you got any I don't want to hold you too long. So you got any last words for the people out there?
Yeah, just stay positive. Stay positive. tighten up your circle. Recognize what real love is, and gravitate to that. Not not everybody is really there for you. Not everybody organically loves you. And but it does exist. So don't be scared to love. Don't be scared to be vulnerable. Don't be scared to meet and greet people. But just be on guard. Because it's lions, tigers, and bears outside. Things like that. Just stay safe.
It's
Just say
true,
no to
man.
guns.
Yeah, that's true, man. It's people fake you out with telling you they love you, and when it's not real, you know. But it's a part of life, and as a man, we just got to keep going and keep going forward and support each other. So to everybody out there, if you need some support, man, you know, you can always reach out to me, man. And I understand this is why I go so hard in different situations, and this is why I created this platform, because there was a lot of conversations that was missing, and stories needed to be told, and discussions needed to be had about the real struggles of life, the things that men go through, the things that boys go through. And I know women go through things, but they have outlets, they have help, they have foundational help. Single mothers have help. Where's the help for guys like me and my cousin here, Nova, and guys like, some of the guys I know. So in closing, I want to thank my cousin Nova for coming on the platform and being vulnerable and telling his story. And if you check this out, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. And if you have any information on any type of foundational help that we can send to people, or even get my cousin a little help, um, pass it on. Uh, my information will be in the description. Leave a comment, and I love you, man, and I'm always be there for you. I'm riding with you. When this thing takes off, you're gonna be good. I love you, and I appreciate you coming on the platform, man. You hear me?
Yeah, I love you too, bro. Definitely. Definitely appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come in here and chop it up with you.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you for telling your story, and this is the Missing Conversation podcast, where the conversation is missing. I want to thank everybody for checking the video out. Until the next time, peace and love.